Hello there, welcome to Kitchen Counter Crafts. If you like this video, would you please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Today I'm going to just have you join me because I'm going to start on another altered art book. And I know I started the other one and I don't think I videoed the first few steps. So I'm going to do one that I've already kind of prepped and then one I'm going to do while I'm on the camera. So that you get a chance to sometimes it's nice to have a visual of what it is exactly that the person's working on so that you know what the finished product looks like. So this is kind of a grab like a lame, boring book. Sometimes it matters what the subject is about and sometimes it just doesn't. For me, it doesn't really matter. Although I say that, this one's about like a woman who wanted to be a princess. So it's for adults, but it has kind of a princess theme. So I'm gonna stick with that theme. The book is pretty lame, so it's not about actually reading the book. But this one I've already prepped. And this one is just called like, I don't know, A Great Sacrifice or something like that. And it's about World War II. So it doesn't even have anything to do with junk journaling and what I'm going to be putting in here in terms of art and things like that. But I just wanted to, again, the subject matter of the book doesn't matter, but I'm actually kind of going on it by size. So these are, let's see, how big are these guys? So this one is 8.5 inches by 5.5 inches. And then this one is 8 by 5. So the reason why I'm picking like 8-inch books, 8 by 5, is that when you take a 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper and you're just kind of splitting or just, you know, folding that in half, it's pretty much going to be the size of your book. So that's really why I'm going with it, so that it's just ease, so that I can use a 8.5, 11 pad of paper. So that's the secret behind my sizing, and that's not really a secret. Also, sometimes like the first altered art book that I did, and I've got a video on my uploads for it. If you want to take a look at it, the book was like this thick, and so it was a pretty daunting project. This book and the other one, they're like not even an inch. So I think it's just a lot easier to go with something smaller and not so thick. So with all that aside, one of the first things you want to do is you're going to need to take out pages because you're going to be filling in here your own stuff. So you're going to be putting pockets, you're going to put some junk journal material, you're going to put art, which is paint and glue and decoupage. So you're going to add bulk to this book. And so what I did was I just kind of flipped through this one, and you're going to see like 144 to 155. I took out a ton of papers, but the idea is that you want this book to be about 1/3 of the size after you're done. So this is still probably close to about 1/2. So I'm still going to be ripping these out, but you want to just start removing some of the bulk. So I am going to pause the video and do that. Actually, I'm not going to pause it. I'm going to just do it while you're here. A couple things to note in here. Sometimes you have, you know, kind of cool pictures and stuff that you want to keep. So just make sure that you kind of flip through the book and see if there's something that you might want to hang on to, or so I'm just gonna go in and start taking out, like I try to do like 2 pages at a time. Whoa, that one's coming out. That happens too. It's okay. So you can use box cutters if you want to. I don't do that just because I want to try to rip out whatever I'm trying to do. Now, if you are doing like me and you go in and you're like, oh no, this is a page I wanted to save, now it's all torn up, don't worry about it, because distressed is always great. And you can always use like washi tape to fix whatever it is, or however, whatever you want to do. The other thing that lots of people will tell you is you want to look for books that are, where am I on camera? You want to look for books that are sewn together because glued is what gives you this, what just happened. So that's glued together, but again, don't worry too much about that either. And the other thing I like to keep is the chapter headings, especially if there's blank space, because I'll be covering this up, covering that up, maybe putting a pocket here. So I try to save, and then again, just like flipping to make sure. Oh, that has an M on it for Mona, so I'm gonna hang on to the M. Oh, there's a lot of stuff in this chapter. So you're gonna go through and just start taking out some of the bulk. Again, some of this decision making you're going to be doing as you go along. Look how pretty that is. Oh, I love that. So some of the stuff you're going to be doing as you go along. So if in doubt, just hang on to the papers that are there, and you can always, you know, take them out later, or do something cool, which I'll show you in a second. So I don't really want this dude's picture, but I like the group picture there. So sometimes what you can do is like a double Dutch door is what I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna show you that. Let me get to a couple pages that. So keeping the chapter one, because I don't know why they're leaving so much space, but golly, I didn't realize there were so many pictures in this. And it's kind of got that Tim Holtz kind of feel where you've got some antique stuff. So I think that's what I'm gonna do, is kind of make it like a Tim Holtz type of a junk journal or altered book. Oh, whoops, I was gonna do a double Dutch for you. Okay, hold on. I shall, oh, okay. So when you did this like I do, you can come back in through with your box cutter knife and just kind of fix that too. All right, so instead of just watching me rip out pages, I'm gonna show you here. Ooh, cool map. Oh, that's a whole bunch of space. Okay, I'm gonna show you that you don't have to rip out the whole entire page as I rip out a whole entire page. What you might want to do is this. So I'm gonna find 2 pages together. So these are 2 pages of content. So you can either do this. I'm going to take this and just kind of, that way I know it's about half, but I love to just kind of cut a little bit, because then you can come in and paint that and it's just really neat looking. Or you can glue something else onto that and that becomes a different type of a insert for you. And then you know, it's kind of anxiety, like you get rid of some of your anxiety, and it's just really satisfying to just come in and tear up pages. Oh, my daughter was like, before I started the video, she said, oh, so, hey mom, what are you doing? Destroying books today? And I said, no, I'm not destroying books. And she said, yeah, I think you are. And my answer to that is no, I'm not destroying books. What you're doing is actually converting books that are not being read. They're at the thrift store, they're like this one was just getting ready to get tossed. And so what you're doing is you are recycling, and you're also creating art. So I had to change that verbiage there because I don't think this is quite destruction, although I know that some people just have a really, really tough time like ripping out pages and stuff like that. Oh, what? Okay, before I do that. And so this is what I call a double Dutch door. And what you're gonna do is gather up a couple pages together, and you're actually just gonna tear them in half. So you can then glue some of these together. You can like glue one here, glue this together. You can glue a couple of these sheets together so that you're actually opening up this. You can even get rid of this piece entirely, but I'm gonna just leave it here so that I'm gonna remember that. And by the way, it's nice to do it in 4s, because then you have 2 and 2, and it just makes your stuff better. So I'll come in and just kind of clean that up, and I'll do another video just to kind of show you some of the page ideas and stuff like that. So that's like what I call a double Dutch door. And it's just fun because it's unexpected, and you're kind of coming in to your book and just getting something a little bit different. So some of these pictures are adorable. So I love it when this happens, when there's just a lot of space left. And okay, so you've got the idea. I go in, sometimes I'll just even cut, not cut, hang on, I'm gonna show you this part. One more idea, and then I'm gonna show you the other book. I know, just so many ideas coming on. All right, so I'm not gonna cut this one, but what I am going to do is, which way? So this way, like make a pocket. So this way, actually I think it's this way that I do a pocket here. Yes, this way. So I have 2 pages, 1, 2, because you know, you're not worried about like saving pages or anything like that. And so I am putting this like this, and what I'm gonna do is fold it down this way inside. And then what you can do, and again, if you get too much bulk, you can do it with just 1 page, but you just fold it down, and then you're going to glue it to this one. And this gives you a nice amount of bulk so that if you're putting something in, let me find something right here. So this is gonna become your pocket right there. See, isn't that great? So you don't have to cut out every single page, but you're gonna have the double Dutch door, you have the diagonal pocket, and then, okay, I gotta stop. Very, very addictive to rip out pages once you are doing that. And by the way, you know, again on destruction, some of you might want to recycle this and make your own handmade paper, or what I'm gonna do is actually just use this to make some ephemera. And so very little gets wasted, actually. It's not a waste. And again, it's not destruction. I'm just gonna stick by that. So I did that to this book, and one of the things that I just wanted to come in and start doing is just like try to cover up some of this stuff and give myself the ideas of, and I just kind of tape it in here. So this is gonna be an envelope pocket. I don't know if I'm gonna do a flat pocket here, but I'm not sure. And then I was like, ooh, yeah, I need to put some paint now, because I'm gonna try to make this book kind of blues and silvers, and isn't that pretty? So you can just start coming in and use a paintbrush and start putting some paint down. So I've just kind of already started on this one, and this little piece of blue ephemera is for this. And so I'm gonna start doing that. And the paints that I use are just like Anita's craft paint. And the 2 colors that I used over there were called blue water and silver. Use metallics because they really kick your stuff up a notch. And so in here, one of the things that I can do is, you know, we don't need the table of contents at all. So what we can do is just come in here, and seriously, I know I have some water just like sitting here just to rinse out the paint, but I've already been using that. I just kind of come in. I'm not even like, I know some of that's dry, but I dry brush much of this, and I like that Journey's End there, so I'm gonna leave that. But I'm just trying to cover up some of this table of contents because I don't really need that. But if you just kind of come in and dry brush, it's really pretty looking, and it's kind of fun. So this one is not going to be blues. This one is going to be more like antique colors and stuff like that. And I don't know why my dog is getting ready to bark, but he is. So what's wrong, Buford? Why are you barking? So anyway, you just kind of come in here with a dry brush, and I'm just coming in and putting some paint down. And yes, you can gesso these pages, but this is Lazy Girls crafting and painting and stuff. So there we go. Page 1 done. I hope you enjoyed that, and join me again as I work on both of these books together. And until next time, bye.